Hi there guys, and welcome to a new series on the channel today. This is the Bearman Path to Greatness. What we will be doing is taking Oliver Bearman through the stages of Formula 2 with Prema and then into Formula 1 with whichever team we choose, and then hopefully getting him to win a World Championship as well. If you do like this series, guys, make sure to drop in the comments below what you think of the series. And yeah, without any further ado, let's get straight into the Oliver Bearman Path to Greatness. Here we go then, on to our first ever qualifying lap in the Ollie Bearman Path to Greatness. We're starting off at Bahrain for round one of the 2024 season as we head down now to turn one. And I will say, just straight off the bat, these F2 cars are far more difficult to drive in my opinion than the F1 cars. As you will see throughout this lap, we have a few unsettling moments in the car that, yeah, you always feel on edge with this type of car, like you're in a roller coaster. Anything could happen at any point. As you can see there, we're absolutely soaring at the wheel, going left and right, having big kicks of oversteer. But yeah, it's a lot of fun to drive, but also any slight mistake could be enough to ruin your lap. As I say that though, we go through the first sector at the moment and it's all going well. We were up in P1 at one point, but we do crucially run very, very wide there, and that has unsettled our lap substantially. We have dropped down from P1 at the moment, and now we are just trying to recuperate all of that time that we had previously lost, heading now towards the ending of the lap. It's not going too badly for us though, considering this is our first qualifying of the season, but we always want to be number one. We always want perfection, and I'm sure Bearman himself would want nothing but that. But we have an absolutely massive snap of oversteer coming out of the final corner, and that has really slowed us down on the way to the line. Where will we end up in qualifying? I think it would have been front row without that mistake, but we end up P7 to start the season here in F2. Remember guys, Formula 2 is different to Formula 1. They have a sprint race in reverse grid order for the top 10 before the actual feature race. So we will start for this race in P3.
So today, the sprint race, no pit stops, just full on pace. It's all about speed, daring, and sheer driving skill. What, I wonder, is in store for us today? Plenty of opportunities around the 3.36 miles of the Bahrain International Circuit for these young F2 drivers to show what they can do. The best passing opportunity right up there at turn 1, and we should see plenty of action there. But there's another not long after at turn 4. There are 9 right-handers and 6 left-handers, and the possibility that we could see some flat spots at the tightest of those left-handers, that's turn 10. It's the start of the new camp.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Okay, so we actually start the sprint race in P4, my miscalculation there, but it's a much better chance for us to potentially get a podium here in the sprint. 5 lights and away we go, and it is a dream start for Ollie Bearman, climbing up to P3 off the line, and we're sniffing after P2 already. But as I say that, guys, we did have a little bit of a technical issue for the first few laps of this Grand Prix. Now, instead of cutting it out, I decided to leave it in so you could see us overtake up to P2 in the race. But for this first little bit, we had no sound, and as you could see, the picture video was very laggy and pixelated. But now we skip onto lap 4, and thankfully for us, the picture and the sound has fully restored, and we managed to defend our place. Moving straight on to the next lap down the start-finish straight, we are in a deja vu scenario trying to hold on to P2 at this moment in time. We have been absolutely swamped down into turn 1 that we actually miss our braking point, and we drop down now to P3 as we need to try and catch back up to Fittipaldi if possible. We absolutely got flustered there, but as you can see, guys, we are now at the end of the sprint race, coming home for P3.
Okay, good job, mate. Really, really well done. That was a fantastic drive. Bring it home.
A super drive, a super win for Frederik Vesti.
Well, it's just the first sprint of the year, but what a great start. They'll be looking to do more of that in the longer race tomorrow.
As we look back on a thrilling race here today, we can now see the drivers take their places on the podium. It's a familiar sight by now, as it's another successful F2 win for Prema.
After the sprint race, we are now at a 67 player rating for Ollie Bearman, and hopefully we will be able to increase that level after the feature race.
Welcome to Sakir and the Bahrain International Circuit, where the grid is forming up, ready. We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. A fantastic effort from Jan Daruvali yesterday puts him on pole position, with Ayumu Iwasa alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hauger, Novalak, Kushmaini, Leclerc, Bearman, Fittipaldi, Cordial, Frederik Vesti, Benavides, Stanek, Teo Porcher, Isaac Hadjar, Maloney, Vishaw, Crawford, Victor Martins, Nissani, Doohan, Correa, and Ralph Boschon completes the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out. So let's get down to the track.
Okay, mate, I know it's tough in there. It's hot in that cockpit, but your tyres are even hotter. So you're going to have to work extra hard to keep them cool. It matters for performance.
Here we are then for the feature race, starting in P7. Further back than last time, it's 5 lights and away we go. And yet again, like in the sprint race, it is a really good start for us, gaining 1 straight off the line, past a second. We're going straight down the middle, threading the needle on another 2 cars here, and just like that we come out of turn 1 all the way up in P3 with the top 2 fighting side by side, and we're going to take full advantage of that. They both get a very slow run, and we go past one and we go past the leader, and just like that, in the space of a sector, we have gone from P7 all the way up into P1 to lead the Bahrain Grand Prix. Now all we have to try and do is stay in P1. In the sprint race, we really didn't have too much pace on us. We managed to make those places at the start, but then we really started to drop off after that and lost out to Fittipaldi by the end of the race. So hopefully this time we can maintain a steady pace and somehow hold the guys behind us off. But I think this will be very difficult with how unstable the car is currently feeling. And here we are then, coming to finish the first lap of the Grand Prix, and we have a commanding lead from P7 to start lap 2 leading. We skip straight to lap 4 where we take no time in getting a fastest lap, but that is immediately beaten by our competitor Iwasa behind us, and it looks like we have a few cars in this train starting to pull away. We're under a little bit of pressure for this race win early on, I would say, as we look behind us now and we straight away see an orange car directly behind, so nothing will be easy from now to the end of the Grand Prix. We don't have to wait long to reclaim the fastest lap. To start lap 5, we smash it and take back that fastest lap from Awasa, trying to alleviate a little bit of that pressure on us. We still have a few cars close behind us though, but heading on to lap 6 now, they've closed up on us even more to the point where they're trying to overtake. And just down here into turn 1, we get a little bit unsettled again, but we go side by side through turn 2, going up all the time towards turn 3. He's too far back to make the move, I think. We've held on to it this occasion, and it's very, very tight between us, but just as I predicted, we simply just don't have the pace to pull away from the cars behind us.
Okay, this is your final lap.
Coming around to start the final lap of the Bahrain Grand Prix, and we are still leading the Grand Prix. In fact, we've built a little bit of a buffer now for the first time in this race, where the cars behind are no longer in the DRS window and we can finally start to breathe. But as you know full well, you can't make one single mistake or the opponents are right back in it. And what we have to do is keep it nice and clean on this final lap, and it should be ours, but we have a massive kick of oversteer, just not what you want. Don't need any more of those for the rest of the lap if we can. And I was about to say we'll come home for a straightforward victory, but it's anything but straightforward for the remainder of this lap. But it's been a fantastic race for us as it stands, coming from P7 up to P1. Nobody would have predicted this. What a start to the championship. Oh, and we've run wide there as well. Really untidy final lap to the Grand Prix. Really starting to put some doubt into our heads. We've only got half a lap left to go now with Bearman for Prema to get the first victory of the season. Theoretically, there's no more overtaking places for the cars behind, but you never know, we could make some more mistakes between now and the finish line with only 2 corners on the track left to go. This one is okay. There's one more corner to navigate before we get to the checkered flag. Will we be able to do it? Here we go, up towards the final corner now. And we've navigated that perfectly on the run up to the line. Ollie Bearman is going to win his first Grand Prix of the season, the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Oh, superb driving. That is the race win, my friend. Well done.
He's made it all the way to the top step of the podium. Ollie Bearman takes the checkered flag.
Well, they've sent that one, haven't they? Brilliant start to the season, and that's exactly what they wanted for their early points tally.
It looks like it's time for the victory ceremony once again, as I can see the drivers beginning to make their way out for the celebrations. You can see it on their faces. It's another marvellous team win for Prema today. Well, what a weekend that has been. Please join us next time for another thrilling instalment when Formula 2 returns.
Well, there it was, guys. The opening round to the Ollie Bearman path to greatness. A victory at the Bahrain Grand Prix to take a decent chunk lead heading into round 2 in Jeddah. We are the championship leader, and also we will be able to increase our driver rating now. That victory has indeed done us wonders for the rating. We progress up 1 to a 68. And if you did enjoy this video, guys, please make sure to like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you again for another one very soon. Take care all. Peace.